Guys, I think I've mentioned this before, but mentioned that I'm a huge fan of all things American. Okay, not the politics obviously, but like the big stuff, right? The food even, I love. I'm completely ridiculous with this kind of thing. But anyways, when I saw the GWM Tank 300, I was like, oh my gosh, I love it because it's almost so American. Even though I know it's not American, I know GWM is not. But when it arrived for me to test, I was like almost instantly in love. And I was like, oh my goodness, I think, yeah, I could own one of these just for the look of it. Then I got in and I was like, I love this interior. And then I drove it. Well, guys, if I could have one of these in my garage, I would, honestly. I think it is just something so different to what the 4x4 community is used to in this price range, right? You're always just like getting a bucky, like I don't know, you got like Ford Ranger, Toyota Hilux, like Isuzu vibes, like that's like a bit boring. And then if you want like real 4x4ing in the terms of like a sort of more, not a bucky basically, you're looking at over like a mil, do you know? Like you're, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The way that things have been, So this range, okay, the super luxury, kicks off at like 726,000 Rand, just under. And then this HEV model, which is the sort of top of the range one in terms of engine and stuff, it doesn't have actually as much spec as the ultra luxury, which is the one sort of in between them, but this is a HEV super luxury, right? How to confuse you guys. Anyways, this comes in at just under like 852,000. And again, like, phew, if you want anything like this, you know, you're going to end up spending a lot more. Like, you know, you can get a Jimny or a Duster, obviously, but those are much smaller. Like, this is spacious, guys. It's spacious. It's got like a 400 litre boot, I think, or whatever. This is one of the quietest cars I think I've ever driven. Like, it's hybrid, of course. It's generally always sounding like an EV. A lot of people have asked me who've been in it. They're like, is this an EV? I'm like, no. We are now not in HEV, like not in sort of eco mode or EV mode. We're in like full motor mode. And it's still very quiet. The cabin is very insulated. It's just like a very peaceful, lovely, serene place to be. I love this interior. I love that it mimics like a G-Wagon in a way. It's got like a whole bunch of little bits and pieces here that are very much like that. I don't love that the touchscreen is sort of very deep into the fascia. That's only because then I've got to really stretch to press it, which is me just being a little bit lazy, to be honest. The boot is like really heavy, which I suppose is to be expected. But if you're on an incline and you're having to push that up, hell's bells, guys, it is tricky. A number of people have mentioned that the safety features are quite intrusive. I haven't found that. Most of them I think have been switched off or like sort of like on their lowest setting. So the only thing I keep getting, which I could probably change, I just have been too lazy to, is that if I go over the middle line, it kind of tells me all the time with a which is a bit annoying. Not too invasive though, I have to say. More than enough space. I mean, okay, I'm gonna say more than enough space. Like, Lucas sitting in here is fine, he kicks a lot here, but this seat has been pushed a bit back for leg room for the passenger, i.e. my hub. So I forgot to mention, like power outputs, etc., is 255 kilowatts of power and 648 newton meters of torque. Hello. It's metered to metered. What is happening today? It is mated to a 9-speed auto. The other derivatives are 8-speed. Obviously, you don't have hybrid technology on them. The fuel consumption, obviously, this is the lightest. It's sort of claimed at around 8.4, 8.5 litres per 100 Ks. I think you can just set a little bit more than that. I wouldn't care too much, to be honest. Like, just because if you're getting this, I don't think you're too concerned about fuel consumption as much as you would be if you were buying like a budget of car. The thing that I think makes this really special is it's very, very capable off-road as well. You've also got like the different terrains. You can click here, you can go into, I'm in all-wheel drive at the moment, you can go to 4-low. I think it can do, if not everything, like most of what a lot of its sort of more expensive competitors, if you will, 4x4 competitors could do. What I think this does, like, is just offer, I think I said like the 4x4 community, just a completely different option, which I love. It's sort of like a rare maybe like anomaly in this, like, you know, it comes in, it's not what you always, it's not your brand loyalists who are like keen on like the heritage, you know, of whatever's like, because everyone's always like, you know, tried and tested, and you know, the others, we know them and whatever. GWM's been here for 16 years and they've done pretty damn well, and their buckies are really good. So their 4x4 capabilities are good. They know what they're doing. They've now just put it into the Tank 300. Isn't there a movie? I think it was just called 300. Nothing to do with this car. Anyways, so I don't really have anything negative to say about this car, and I think you'd be foolish not to consider it. If you're in this 4x4, if you're looking 4x4, you don't need the space of, say, like a Fortuner or something, but you want to be high up and feel cool. I feel cool in this, and everybody who gets in is like, whoa. And something to bear in mind is I drive like a hooligan sometimes, obviously, and so my husband is very grateful for the fact that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 holy shit handles that he can hold on to. That's cool. If you want to know if you are able to afford such a car, download the Cars or Coza app and use their finance calculator, because that will give you an indication of what it is you can afford. I might get onto that to see if I can. Oh, no, I can't. I wish.